What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jenny, and about 2 weeks ago I jumped out of an airplane at 13,000 feet, and it was the most incredible thing I've ever done in my entire life. And there's a couple little life lesson-y things that I learned from it that I wanted to share with you guys. I'll put my actual skydiving video in towards the end if you want to see that too, because it is actually quite entertaining. Yeah, so the biggest life lesson thing that I felt from it or learned once I came down and reflected on my experience was that there's not really a point in getting all overwhelmed or anxious or worried about such little things in my life, like being late to school or to work or not getting assignment done on time or getting a bad grade on a test when I'm about to jump out of an airplane. It was a Sunday, so of course in the back of my head I had a little bit of school and work stuff thinking about, but right when I was about to jump, I'm there's not even a point in worrying about this because I'm about to jump 13,000 feet out of a plane. So I kind of it put it into perspective for me that some little things don't require my time to worry about it, because there's so much bigger, crazier things that not even that you should worry about anything, but it just showed me that I'm about to do something really scary. I'm about to jump out of an airplane. There's no point in being overwhelmed or scared or something about as little as timeliness or being perfect, which is impossible anyways. You know what I mean? So then the second little life lesson-y thing I learned was actually after we had jumped out of the plane. That was the part that I was most nervous about, was the actual just getting out of it. And afterwards it wasn't even that bad. I got to the bottom and I was it wasn't even that bad. But that's my next point. But when the first 30 seconds that I was falling out of the plane, I was just straight screaming. I was terrified, oh my gosh. And then I kind of had this thought, whether my instructor pulls the parachute and we come down safely, or if everything fails and we die, I'm still falling through the air, so I might as well just chill out and just enjoy it. So after that, that's when I was all right, cool, there's nothing I can do regardless of the outcome, so I'm just gonna enjoy it. And it was a lot of fun. It was a little hard to enjoy because the air kept slapping my neck skin, and it kind of hurt after a while. So in my video you see me because it hurt. But then we pull the parachute and I'm floating down, and it's absolutely silent because there's nothing else around you, and you just see the whole landscape of just everything underneath you, and it is so beautiful. And I had this thought that if I would have backed out when I felt fear about going up into the airplane and the actual jumping part, then I would never have experienced this amazing, tranquil, just floating down with nothing else around me in pure silence. It's so it was nice outside. It was just it felt like being in a different reality. It's this isn't even what it's like to be a person. I'm just floating in the sky. It's amazing. So had I let fear take over and backed out of it or something, I never would have experienced that. And I think that goes for a lot of things too. If you stop yourself because you're afraid, you're missing out on the really, really cool thing that's on the other side. And after I got down to the bottom, everyone was oh, how was your first time skydiving? How was it? And I had said of course it was the most amazing thing in my life. But then afterwards I was that wasn't that bad. I'd go again right now, honestly. And one thing that me and my best friend have always it's been our mantra to each other for as long as we've been friends, is everything is a lot scarier before you do it, which was exactly true in my case, skydiving, because I was so scared. You can even see in my video, I'm so nervous the entire time. I was so scared, and got progressively more scared as we got into the airplane and actually up in the air. And then you do it, and then you just realize that fear is just a mental state, and there's not really anything bad happening. The skydive went exactly as planned, and it was exciting. And so after I got down to the ground, I totally had that thought, that was so much scarier beforehand. Skydiving's not really scary at all. It's just exciting. The thought of doing it and the thought of, anything happening is really scary, but that's not what it is. So I don't know, fear is just a really interesting thing, and if you just kind of like, yo, kind of sit down and shut up and let me do my thing, then you have a lot of a better time in life, just in general. And I feel like I feel like I can apply this to a lot of my other life things, not just skydiving, is just go for it. If you're scared, just go for it anyways, because there's probably going to be something really beautiful on the other side that you wouldn't be able to experience had you listened to your fear and just stopped there. So keep going, because everything's a lot scarier beforehand, not after. Everything is a lot scarier beforehand, and then afterwards you're like, oh, that was easy, what's next? So until I have ideas for the next craziest thing I can do in my life, because that was always my number one, was skydiving. So now I need to find something a little more exciting to top that off, which I don't know if I can, but maybe. So those are just a couple little like life lesson thingies I learned. Skydiving's amazing. If you ever get the opportunity, try it. And if you want to see me do it, keep watching.
Jen! Hi! Welcome to Skydive Arizona. You're about to jump out of a plane. Are you excited?
Very excited, yes.
Yay! Is there any special reason for jumping today?
Just to celebrate life and doing things, you know, just to enjoy life, just have fun. No special, just having fun.
I think that's a very good reason for doing it.
Thank you.
I'm gonna follow you around. We're
Okay.
gonna get pictures and video. There's gonna be evidence you did this.
Okay.
You jump out of the plane if you're flashing that smile. I'm gonna get some great shots. You're gonna help me with that, right?
Yes, absolutely.
High five, let's do it.
was amazing.
Yay!
That
What was your favorite part?
was crazy. Honestly, when the parachute first like started and just like, I don't know, it was like you were still in the middle of the air.
Yay!
But it's like you were in the middle of the air and I felt like in a completely different world. And then he did this thing where he like kind of stopped it a little bit and I was like, why is it stopping? Why is it not moving? And that was really awesome.
You loved it. High five. Give Aaron a high five or a hug. He just saved your life.